I'll admit him now.
in.
Okay,
There we go.
we're going to start admitting everyone to the webinar. So thank you all for waiting. I think we're still admitting people in. Let me know, Mel, when everyone's admitted in. I think Mel's on mute, but
We're good. Everybody who's in the waiting room is now in.
okay. Well, welcome everyone. First off, I just want to mention that we are recording this webinar. It's great information, and we hope to place this on our website so other folks can learn about this program. So welcome again, everyone, for attending this webinar. We're very excited that you've joined us this evening through this West Basin chat. We hope that you're going to learn a lot more about the Grass Replacement Program, how to apply for the rebate, and more importantly, you know, how much of a rebate you can get for your project. So before we get started, I do want to mention a couple of things. The presentation will only last about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to be taking your questions at the end. We did have an issue at a prior webinar, so that's the reason we've had to mute everyone to keep background noise to a minimum. But at the end of the webinar, we can open it up to questions, and along the way, you can also type your questions into the chat. And again, we'll answer your questions at the end. And this evening, well, let me first say, my name is Gus Meza, and I'm the Water Policy and Resource Analyst here at West Basin. And assisting us this evening is Andrea Mulligan with the South Bay Cities Council of Governments. She's assisting us with this Zoom webinar, and also Mel Miranda from our public information department here at West Basin. Mel is also assisting us, so thank you both. Can't do this without you, so thank you. So I do have a few slides about West Basin that I'm going to start off with and cover, and then I'll move on to talking about the Grass Replacement Program. I do want to mention that, you know, West Basin was formed in 1947 by a vote of the people to help bring imported drinking water to our region here in the South Bay area. And we also constructed our Edward C. Little water recycling facility in the city of El Segundo back in 1995 to treat and reuse reclaimed, you know, sewer water, purple pipe, to help conserve water as well and reduce our needs to import water, which comes from, you know, hundreds of miles away from the Colorado River in Northern California. So if you haven't been, I welcome everyone here to tour our facility in El Segundo, the Edward C. Little Water Recycling Facility. And you can visit our website at westbasin.org, and you can see when the next tour is going to be, and you can sign up, and those are free tours. So you're welcome to attend those. Let me advance the slide here. So our mission at West Basin is to provide a safe and reliable supply of high quality water to the communities we serve. And we are a public agency, and we have a publicly elected board of directors that you can see here. And each director represents a certain division within West Basin's service area. Here you can see our 5 divisions in the areas we service, up from the Malibu Topanga area there in the north, coming down through the beach cities, the Palos Verdes Peninsula, Carson, you know, Inglewood, Gardena, Lawndale, Culver City. So some of you may reside in some of these areas. So we're the water wholesaler. We sell the imported drinking water to the local water retailers. Some of them include, you know, Golden State Water, Cal Water Service, California American Water, or some of the cities also are retailers: Manhattan Beach, El Segundo, Lomita, in the city of Inglewood, and LA County Waterworks up in the Malibu Topanga area. Let's see here. So at West Basin, we're in charge of protecting our existing water supplies, diversifying our water portfolios by using recycled water and offering conservation programs, and also by developing innovative programs. Okay, so let's talk about removing grass. Currently, there's a $3 per square foot rebate that's available to you. And so I'm going to be talking about that, how much funding you could possibly receive through this rebate program, and also um, you know other benefits to removing grass, such as conserving water, and of course other benefits, bringing wildlife into your garden, right? Butterflies, hummingbirds, things like that. And the first step to finding out how much money you can receive through the rebate program is to first measure your landscape. So here we have information on our website, as well as you can see here, westbasin.org. And so there's easy ways that you can measure your landscape. So here's an example that you can see the area in green. You can see the length of it is 100 feet and the width of it is 20 feet. So all you do is just multiply those two numbers. And so it's 2,000 square feet. So at your house, at your yard, you would do the same thing. You could either, take steps to try to measure your landscape, the length and the width of the grass area that you want to remove. And that's how you come up with the square feet. As you can see here, the 2,000 square feet times the $3 per square foot is $6,000. So for this example, this person could get up to $6,000 for their project, which is a really a good amount of money. And as you can see here, there's more information on the bullets here that talk about that you don't have to remove your planters or trees or bushes if you don't want to, but you can. It's up to you how you want to design your landscape. And let's see. There's also those of you who maybe are more high tech, you can use this website. You go to westbasin.org to get to this Google Maps calculator tool, and you can use this tool here to measure your landscape. As you can see down here in the green area, I highlighted this, made this little square area down here in this strip, and so the program tells me exactly how many square feet. In this example, it's 1,280 square feet out in front of our building times $3, $3,840 would be the rebate. So you could use this tool to find your home and to use and measure out your landscape if you don't want to go out there. And so there's different ways. I'm just providing different examples of how you can measure your landscape, because you want to find out how many square feet of grass you're going to remove, because that's going to dictate how much of a rebate you're going to receive. Okay. So one of the requirements is going to be to submit a landscape design. And again, this could be as simple as you can see here as drawing one out. You would look at your yard and you would point out where you're going to put your trees, a walkway, if you want to put it in a dry river bed, stones, mulch, just different things like that. So you would develop this design. It could be hand drawn. You can do it on the computer. You could do it yourself. You can hire somebody. It's really up to you, because this is one of the items that you need to submit for the rebate program. Let's see here. So again, things that you want to think about for your project is, are you a DIYer, right? Are you a do-it-yourselfer? Are you going to do this whole project yourself? Are you going to remove the grass, purchase the plants, install them, and do all this work yourself? Or are you going to hire somebody to do this for you? Are you going to do part of it yourself? Maybe you hire somebody to help you remove the grass and take it away. Or and then maybe you do other parts of the project to kind of reduce the costs. So that's something that you'll want to think about. And also you'll want to probably create a budget for your project so you can see how much of the rebate um, of the funding, would cover your project. And maybe if you need to provide some funding yourself. If you do it yourself, I mean, there's been some residents that can do it all within the rebate amount. But it's a lot of work. I myself don't have the back to do all that work. But it's going to be up to you on how you want to do that. There is a list of landscape professionals at this website down here, Be Waterwise. It's bewaterwise.com is the website where you could find information about landscape professionals if you're looking for a landscape professional to help you with your project. Okay. So to qualify for the rebate, so you need to remove your grass and install at least 3 plants per every 100 square feet. For every 10 by 10 foot area, you'll need to have at least 3 plants in there. Because part of this project is, they want to see beautiful gardens with plants, not just, stone everywhere or rock or mulch everywhere. They want to see plants and trees. If you want to use trees, you don't have to use trees. It's up to you. Synthetic turf does not qualify for the rebate. So they'll pay you for the grass removed. And if you put in, the native plants or drought tolerant plants, I mean, it's up you could still put synthetic turf if you wanted to, but they're not going to pay you for that part of it. Just the grass replacement part of it. And also there are great databases available for free at bewaterwise.com. You can go to our website. You can see there at westbasin.org. We have a database called LA Coastal Gardens that you could take a look at. And some of these databases are great. They have over 1,000 plants and examples of gardens that you can also look at and to get ideas. So these are great resources. Here's an example of a beautiful ground cover that also has flowers. So you can get more information from these free sites, and a lot of these databases will tell you, how big the plants will grow, if they need, full sun or shade, things like that. So those other things that you want to think about at your home, is the area getting full sun. You want to make sure that you're going to put in plants that require full sun, or if they need full shade. So just some things to think about. So in addition to the 3 plants per every 100 square feet, MWD also requires that you include a stormwater capture feature. So this helps to keep more of the rainwater in the landscape and to send less out to the storm drains down the curb and gutters, things like that. So it can be as simple as creating, a vegetative swell, a dry creek bed, as you can see here in this photo. Or you can also install a rain barrel that would qualify. You can put berms or rock gardens in your design. So you just need one of these stormwater features. So here's another example. Here's some photos. A dry river creek bed here. The stone looks really nice. And this other photo, you have a picture of a rain barrel. So somebody's using a rain barrel to collect water. So that's going to be their stormwater. And so that would meet the requirement of the stormwater capture part of this program. Let's see here. And so recently, Metropolitan Water District, MWD, began offering $100 rebate for each tree. So as part of your grass replacement project, if you wanted to purchase trees, you can get an additional $100 rebate for each tree, up to 5 trees. As you can see here, the minimum size is 15 gallons, and they should grow to at least 15 feet tall by 10 feet wide at maturity at the canopy. And the goal, of course, is to, to increase the tree canopy of our neighborhoods and develop cooler spaces. So that's good for us, right, and the environment. So, okay, so now I'm going to talk about the application process and how to apply for the rebate. So to apply for the rebate, you will need to provide them with these three things. Like I already talked about, a simple or complex landscape plan drawing, depends on you. It can be a simple drawing, or you can hire somebody to draw a more detailed plan. That's definitely it's all up to you. To provide at least 5 color photos of your existing grass. So they want to see that you do have grass, and so they want photos, and I'll show you an example of how to take those photos, and also a copy, a photo or a scan copy of your most recent water bill. And then once you submit it all and you apply, it'll take about 2 to 3 weeks to review and approve your application. And then once approved, they'll give you 180 days or 6 months to complete your project. So please, do not remove your grass until they approve your project. So on this slide, so this is where you apply for the rebate. This is the website is called SoCalWatersmart.com. So you want to write this down, SoCal, or just take a photo of this screen here, SoCalWatersmart.com, to begin the process. You can actually visit this website now to estimate your rebate. You can go to SoCalWatersmart.com. You'll enter your address and your square feet. So first you want to go out and measure, get to the square feet, and then you enter that into this website, and it'll estimate your rebate. So that way it'll tell you how much to expect roughly, on your rebate. So you can do that today, or once you have your landscape measured, you can go to this website and do that. But at this website, though, this is where you go to actually apply for the rebate. You're going to create an account, and you're going to upload those 3 things that I mentioned. Your design, the photos, and a copy of your water bill. You're going to upload those. You're going to create an account on this website, upload those, wait 2 to 3 weeks for them to approve your project. So here's another photo of someone's grass, someone's yard. As you can see, they don't want to see up zoomed in grass photos because they can't tell where that's at. So they want zoomed out photos where you can see part of your house, part of the yard. So these are great examples of photos. So they want to see five of these photos when you upload those. Again, here's the design again. And here's information talking about the rebate that's on our website at westbasin.org. So you can go there to learn more about the rebate. And so here I do want to mention that bewaterwise.com at the Metropolitan Water District, they offer a lot of free classes. Many are virtual, but I do want to mention one that's in person that is happening this Saturday, May 25th at Long Beach, over at the City of Long Beach Utilities Agency. And this one's going to focus on turf removal and garden transformation. So if you're interested in learning more about how to remove the grass, because there are several different ways that you can remove the grass, you can go to this website at bewaterwise.com, find this class, and you can sign up for it. They are providing a free breakfast and also some giveaways. They're going to give away some plants. So it sounds like a lot of fun. I believe, Mel, you're going to be there, right? So thank you for helping with that class this Saturday. And there's a lot of different classes, as you can see here, that they offer: rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, garden design workshop. If you want to learn how to create a design, they have some of these are webinars as well. So I really encourage you to look at this website and sign up for these classes. Okay, I'm getting near the end of my presentation here. So here's some more websites um, to look at. Westbasin.org. We have resources there. BeWaterWise.com. They have great, plant palettes, databases, classes, and then this other one. This is where you apply for the rebate. SoCalWatersmart.com, and this is where you also you can estimate your rebate amount. Is at SoCalWatersmart.com. And so here's a kind of just a snapshot of that website. I went to the website, bewaterwise.com. I hit the menu button here. And as you can see, they provide information about the rebates, the classes, the gardens, materials. It's a great resource. So I really recommend that you check out this website here. It's very helpful. And here's my contact information, my email, gusm@westbasin.org. My telephone number is on here as well. Feel free to email me or call me if you have more questions. And I think we are at the end. We're at the questions and answer. And so I do want to ask Andrea and Mel to see if we have any questions in the
We
chat.
did, guys.
Or
Thank you.
if somebody wants to raise their hand. I don't know if you can see that, their virtual hand. I don't know if you can see that in the chat.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
but also I do have a bit more information as well. If you're not getting any questions, Andrea or Mel, let me see here. I do
I
want to.
do have a couple, guys, if
Oh,
you
you have a
want.
couple? Okay, so
Yeah, if you want
what's
to
the
try
question?
them. So, one of the attendees, their property management company, at the first property at a 24-unit apartment, they applied for a rebate in Torrance. They got a $10,000 rebate offered, but vendors are in the 30K range for the work. So do you have a company that will do the work for the rebate amounts?
Well, that's a very good question. Who asked that?
That is from Jeff Ginsburg.
Okay, thanks for asking that question. From what we've learned, as I mentioned during my presentation, a resident, if they were to do it themselves, could actually do it within the $3 rebate incentive because they're doing the labor, they're purchasing the plants and all that. If they were to hire a landscape contractor, they would be paying more like $7 to $10 per square foot. So they would have to come up with that additional amount of money. And if it's a HOA or a property, hiring a landscape contractor could even be more than that. It can be, anywhere from, $10, $15 a square foot, um, to $20 a square foot. So it does, we haven't seen a company that can do it within the $3 per square foot rebate amount. The HOA would have to come up with some funding. And of course you would go out to bid. Um, you can go to the bewaterwise.com website that I mentioned. There's a list of landscape contractors. You could contact a few of those to ask them how much they would charge. Um, so that would be my recommendation is to get different bids, quotes from different landscape contractors. Thank you, Andrea. Is there another question?
There is, yes. This one is from Daniel. He has two questions. One is, they're planning to remove the grass in the front yard. Would it be acceptable to put the rain barrel in the backyard, or does it have to go in the front yard?
That's a great question, Daniel. Um, Boy, that's a really good one. Because the project is going to be in the front yard. So when Metropolitan, when you send the photos of your project, they're going to want to see the stormwater feature. So I would say the front yard because they're going to ask, okay, where is your stormwater component? And then you can show them, well, I have the rain barrel here, and it's collecting water, and I'm using it here in my yard, in the garden, to reduce, stormwater runoff. So there are different types of rain barrels. The one I showed is the one that we give away for free. In the fall, we typically have different events at West Basin where we give away free rain barrels. But I know if you go onto Amazon or different websites, you can find some that are more attractive looking. Ours are okay. What the thing that I like about our rain barrel, it's a repurposed food barrel. It once held, cherries and fruit, and there are companies that take those and clean them and they turn them into rain barrels, so they're being reused, repurposed. So I like that part of it. But there are some that actually are very decorative that look like almost like a planter that you can look at if you wanted to put something out in your front yard, because I know you don't want it to look kind of weird out there, right? Like an eyesore, So I would recommend looking at something a bit more decorative that is a rain barrel. So yeah, great question. And the other question was?
The other question from Daniel is, assuming the end result still meets all of the requirements, is it okay if we deviate from the plan that we submit?
I would, if you need to revise your plan, I mean, if it's going to change the square feet, if it's going to be major changes, I would just upload that, and just to let them know, once you submit it, hey, email them and say, I'm making these changes to my plan, just letting you know. So my recommendation is to let them know, and not surprise them at the end and have, a problem or an issue at the very end. So if you do deviate and you want to change something from your original plan, do so. I would upload that one and just let them know, hey, I revised my plan, my landscape plan. Please use the most recent version that I just uploaded. So that would be my response to that, is to let them know.
One more for Jeff. We have, can we have pavers used in place of rocks? So people can walk on the area that used to be grass.
Yes, you can use pavers. Yeah, as long as, around the pavers there it's permeable, and, the water, you can have pebbles or a ground cover around those, or mulch, around the pavers, so there's still infiltration happening. Yes.
Okay. Those are my questions. Mel, do you have any questions on your end?
No, none on my end.
Great.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Good job, Gus.
yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. I hope you got something beneficial out of this webinar. Good luck with your projects. Contact us if you have questions. Please visit those websites. And yeah, thank you for conserving water, and good luck with your project. And thank you, everyone.
Oh, I got one more for Jeff. Can I
Oh,
grab
one
you?
last one. Snuck it
Can I
in at
grab you?
the end.
Can he use bark in place of stones and rocks?
Bark as in like mulch. I guess
Yeah.
that would be the kind of the same thing, right? Yeah, you can use mulch. Yes, which I think is kind of like bark, right? Yeah.
I know.
The only thing is, when I mentioned in the presentation, they just want to see some plants, every 100 square feet, every 10 by 10 area. They want to see at least 3 plants in that area. But around all that can be mulch. Yes.
I think that's it. Does anybody have any other questions? You can go ahead and throw them in the chat if you like.
Great. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, and thanks for joining us. All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Andrea. Thank you, Mel. All right. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night. Bye,
Thanks for
everyone.
coming.
Bye-bye.